Yeah, today we have a special guest from Ranger Mouthpieces. It's Jonas, and let's jump right in. How did you get into music, Jonas, especially playing the saxophone?
Yeah, I started playing saxophone at the age of 10, and I think 4 months later, the teacher of my school asked me to play in the big band already, and I said yes, and it went very well. So I started practicing very hard, and so I love to listen to jazz and funk and stuff like that, and yeah, that's the way it went. And after a few years, I decided to study saxophone in the Netherlands.
Oh, okay, nice. So music has been a great part of your life. What do you think, what does music mean to you in that sense?
Yeah, it was very nice to see get better and better at the saxophone and learn more about music in general and learn more about styles, and that gave me very much. So that was the greatest thing in my life.
Nice.
After school, Jonas, how long did it take from leaving the school until you started to study? And where did you study? In which city and which kind of school or university?
It was 1 year after I quit the school, and I went to Holland, Enschede, and my docent was Alat Buvalda. And yeah, it was a nice time.
So for how many years did you study?
4 in total.
4 years, okay. Yeah, that's about the same time I was studying in Stuttgart in the, well, that was some time ago in the years 1983 to 1987.
Almost like me.
What did you learn through the time in Holland? Like, what did your mentor teach you?
First of all, the language, the culture of Holland, it was really nice. And my docent, teacher, Alat Buvalda, was for me the sax player with the greatest and clearest sound I've ever heard. So I really want to go to him, and he teach me how important the sound is of the saxophone begins here in your head. Then you need a very good reed and a very good mouthpiece. The horn is not so important. So yeah, we made many sound engineerings, I call it, and yeah, that was very important for me.
What kind of things did you do to improve the sound? I think that's a very interesting theme for every saxophone and clarinet player. So how did you improve your sound?
First of all, is the perfect pitch, the important thing, I guess, and also my teacher. And breathing is more important than everything. And then we went through many styles and trying to imitate the other sax players like Coltrane and Michael Brecker, stuff like this, transcribing the solos and play exactly like him, or try to play exactly like him. And then you getting more and more flexible, can create through this examples your own sound.
So by imitating the great masters like Parker, Coltrane, Brecker, and then finally you find your own sound.
Yeah.
Yes, that was also the way I was doing that at this time. I was also transcribing the solos. Well, one of my the records I remember most was the record Kind of Blue of Miles Davis. There's one song, very good record, by the way, I would recommend to every jazz player. So there's one song called Freddie Freeloader, and very simple theme and very simple solo played by Miles, followed by a solo of Cannonball and John Coltrane. No, first Coltrane, then Cannonball, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I transcribed all the 3 solos and I learned a lot. Even the trumpet solo is, because it's so simple what Miles is playing at that solo.
But how he plays the notes, that's the important thing. You know?
Yes.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Exactly.
And then shifting from like playing saxophone to starting Ranger, you know, like being a musician and then shifting to the business side of things. What was the motivation behind like starting Ranger Mouthpieces?
I think after searching mouthpieces years and for years and never find the right one, Alex, also a founder of Ranger, and I decided to make the mouthpiece by ourselves because we haven't found them. But we didn't have the technical know-how for this, and then Maxime, also founder of Ranger, helped us to create a mouthpiece. And I think the third prototype was already really good, and then we started and get more and more motivation to bring the best on the market.
So how did you do this process? Did you give Maxim a sample mouthpiece where you said, "Oh, I want something between this and these two mouthpieces"? And how did he did he measure the mouthpieces?
Yeah, it's like this. I gave Maxime my mouthpiece, and he tried to change things like bevel inside or stuff like that. Yeah, the third one was almost great, and yeah, then we checked. He was doing this, and that's the sound of this and that. So that's the way we went.
And was the quality of the you do it by 3D printing? So yeah. You did that from the beginning by 3D printing, right?
Yes, but a very cheap one. So the quality was not good enough for us. So then we bought a new printer, most modern 3D printing technology we used on the market. Our material is called biomet resin, and it's mainly used in dentistry. Therefore, very stable and also healthy for your mouth.
Ah, that's interesting. And with this newest printing technology, it was able to print the mouthpieces so they are come out of the machine already nearly finished. You don't have to work on them.
Yeah, a bit. We need to work at this thing because the mouthpiece is like this in the printer, and then you have to make it nice at this side. But
okay, that's not a lot of work. Yeah.
And how did you come up with a name like Ranger, which is sounds a little bit unusual for a music company? Like, what's the story behind that?
Sometimes yesterday I was driving behind a car. I think it's from the company Ford, and they also have a Ranger. And when I see that on the road, I always have to think of you.
Yes, yeah. We were thinking about the good name and the good brand name for Mouthpiece, and we want to do some international. We all are nature boys and want to create a bridge between wood and woodwinds, stuff like that. And then it was Ranger, and it sounds sexy.
Nice.
Also, I was thinking about the range, because with the mouthpiece, the range is a very important thing, because with some mouthpieces in combination with the reed, of course, you get until the high F sharp, and with other great combinations you improve your range and it's getting much bigger. So I thought, oh, this mouthpiece maybe has the range is something important.
Yeah, you're right. That was also.
And what do you think makes Ranger unique compared to other mouthpieces?
I think we are more flexible than other mouthpieces because we can change our inlays inside this. So if you went to a jazz gig, you can use the jazz inlay, so the oak inlay. Then you have a gig with the DJ, or need to have a brighter and clearer sound, you can use another inlay without changing the mouthpiece in general, you know. Then you need to change your cork. What's cork?
Yeah, the cork, I think in English it's also cork, yeah.
Cork, yeah. And then you can use one system what's fitable for all sounds you got, yeah. And also the good quality of our mouthpieces, that the side rails are very even and the inside of the mouthpiece is very detailed. That's really nice. You have other old mouthpieces, you need to work with it till it sounds good. So I think that's one point. And it's through the good work, it's very free blowing, you know. So that's the thing.
Yeah, who is Ranger for? Who you? What kind of musicians are we talking about? Jazz musicians, jazz saxophonists, or classical?
It's for jazz musicians, classical, for all musicians, for all saxophone players, from beginners to professionals. You can start with a tip opening 5, and your mouthpiece is growing with your skills. So you can change your inlay 5, then to 6 after a few months or years, then 7, then 8 if you want. And yeah, it grows with your skills.
Okay. And when it comes to your products, like what kind of mouthpieces do you have?
We have one, the oak, darker sound, and made more for jazz. And then we got the willow inlay. It's a bit brighter, but not so much. It's maybe for record studio work or something like this. And then we have the maple inlay. It's very high, and you can do some pop gigs or DJ gigs. And yeah. Then we are planning right now a classical inlay and rock and roll inlay and stuff like that. So we are very innovative, and we are thinking about more and more ideas right now.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And what's Ranger's mission? What drives you guys?
Our mission is to make saxophone playing easy for every saxophone player. So have a very free blowing mouthpiece, a stable mouthpiece, and a flexibility mouthpiece. So that's our mission, and everyone needs to play Ranger mouthpieces with the great Fiberreed, because we testing all our products with Fiberreeds, because they are innovative too, like us, and they are in perfect condition, I said. And so you have every time the same reed, then you can test the mouthpiece very well.
Yeah, that's beautiful. How did you get to know the guys in Ranger, Jonas and Alex? How did you meet them, and why did you choose to go with a partnership?
Oh yeah, I remember well. It was on the first music show we had here in Stuttgart. It was planned for the year 2021 or even 2020, but because of Corona, it was how do you say, postponed? Is that the right word? It was,
yeah.
And finally it started at 2022 in November, and we booked a booth over there. And well, by luck, our booth neighbor in this hall was a Ranger, and we didn't had so much contact. Of course, we said hello, and I saw, oh yeah, they make mouthpieces, and they had a look, and oh, they make reeds, and I think I gave some reeds to them to try. Yes, for sure I did, and
yes.
and then, but then at this time, my American distributor, who is doing the Fiberreed USA, Danny Hoffman, was in Germany, because he's also a German living in the USA. And Danny was visiting Germany, and at this time he was at the show, and he was very interested, and he had more time because I had to be on my booth. So Danny was testing the mouthpieces, and he liked them very much, and then he was thinking, oh, shall I buy one? How much does it cost? And finally, at the end of the day or at the end of the show, he bought one of the mouthpieces, or even a whole set. I don't remember exactly, but I remember that he was happy, that he said, wow, these are really good. I think it was a set because he likes the idea of exchanging the inserts of the mouthpiece and being able to change the sound. Anyway, I remember then he was very happy about his new mouthpiece, and he liked very much the possibility of being able to exchange this insert, and with that he could play the different sounds. And so he was talking with me about Ranger in our meetings when he was again in the United States. And well, the next contact, well, because at this time we just left each other, we are leaving the show, and then yeah, I think Danny was in contact with Ranger. Oh, Jonas, can you tell me what happened after the Stuttgart show? Did you have a contact with Danny?
Yes, he wrote me an email and asked for an inlay with the tip opening 9. So, of course, he bought an 8, and he want to have a little bit bigger inlay. So we said yes, of course, no problem. And yeah, then the next time was at the music show in Nuremberg.
Yes,
think,
exactly. That was the next meeting. There was another first music show, because the Frankfurt music show unfortunately is not existing anymore, and we have 2 new shows instead, and the one was in autumn, in November in Stuttgart, and the other one was this spring in Nuremberg. And we had been there with a booth, and also Ranger was there, and they were visiting our booth and trying our reeds, because they, for some reason, they got more interested. And well, you can tell me later why you came to our booth. Anyway, they came to our booth, tested all our reeds, and finally they choose 2 types of reeds which fit the best, maybe for you, and who was playing the saxophone at that time. And well, let me know, Jonas, why did you come to our booth? Who made the decision to do that?
It was Martin, I think. It's also founder of Ranger. We are a team with 4, now 5, with Stephen, who's doing the website things. And he said, "Oh, let's go to his booth and see if we can make something together, because he's innovative like us, and it fits well, I think." And I told him that I bought a reed in Stuttgart of you, and it was quite nice, but it was not that nice that I want to play it. But now I have the new ones, and this is really great. I don't want to play another one right now. It's so it's that's the thing, I think. Yeah.
Oh yes, I remember that you were choosing the RPL Fiberreed and the G-Sax Fiberreed for the Ranger Mouthpieces as the best fitting reeds. And yeah, well, these are 2 types. They are very new also for us. We launched them this year and last year. So at the first meeting, I think you chose another reed.
It was a different reed. I don't know the name, by the way. I hadn't so much time at this at our first time, so just give me some, and I will try it at home. And yeah,
Yeah.
It was really great reed, but the new ones are much, much better.
Well, it's always the same. I make this experience again and again when I'm on the shows, that the people have to try, because only if you try your combination with your mouthpiece and a new reed and your embouchure and your body conditions, which are different with every person, only then you know how it sounds. And also everybody has different imaginations of how his tone has to be. So it's really, very often the people ask me, oh, which is a good combination? And it's really hard to say. I can only say, yeah, for this person this works good, and for this person this works good, and for Ranger, for Jonas, he likes very much the RPL. I think it's RPL, which is fitting great for him. So I recommend to try, because you have to play and you have to find out. And the good thing is that we here at Fiberreed give the possibility to try reeds. You can order reeds, try them, and you send back what you don't like. And that's, I think, the best way. And as far as I know, this is offered only by us. So that was the Nuremberg show. But what happened after? Well, it was a quite nice meeting. I think we even had 2 meetings. And after the show, we stayed in contact. And we felt that this combination, Ranger and Fiberreed, is somehow good. And we decided to go a little further and to have a more intense cooperation. So what we are doing now is, or what we are planning now, is to offer our products, or at least a part of our products, on our website. I think we are not finished this process, and we will have a show together, the second Bravo. Bravo is a show only for brass and woodwind instruments. That is why it's called Bravo, for brass and wood. So the Bravo 2023 in Stuttgart will be with a joint booth of Ranger and Fiberreed. We will have a booth together, and I'm really looking forward to this event, which is in October or November. I'm not sure.
November, right?
November, yeah, like last year.
I'm not sure too.
Yeah, to expand a little bit on that partnership for both of you, what can we expect from this collaboration between Fiberreed and Ranger? Like the bundle, right, between Ranger Mouthpieces and Fiberreed reeds, like the RPL and the G6. Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct.
We have bundles, and you will get a lower price. So if you buy the bundle, you just have to pay a little bit more than the regular price for one mouthpiece, and you get it in combination with the reed. So that's the idea behind. And it's so for the customer, you just have to pay a bit more, and you have a reed which is fitting great to the mouthpiece.
Yeah, and if you buy our whole set with 3 inlays inside, you can choose 2 Fiberreeds. So.
I think it's one of each.
Yes, one of each.
Of the G6 and one of the RPL, and then you have a good range of possibilities for different sounds and playabilities.
Yeah, flexible as hell.
Nice. And besides that, this partnership, are there any other future projects you're planning on doing, Jonas, at Ranger?
Yeah, we are planning our different inlays, but for now, that's it with Fiberreed that we have the
Yeah.
bundles to sell for now. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
That's the main priority right now, the main focus. Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful.
And
Alright.
yeah, we are planning also clarinet mouthpieces, but
Okay.
we need to complete the saxophone section, like soprano and baritone. Yeah.
Awesome.
And after this, we starting with the clarinet mouthpieces. And yeah, it would be nice.
Cool. Okay. Is there anything else, Harry, Jonas, you want to add? You want to share?
Well, we thought of going to other shows together. So far, we had some planning about China, because China was for the last years during the Corona time, it was really impossible to go to China because you had to stay for at least for 2 weeks in quarantine, and it was just not possible. So, but now the circumstances are better again. It's possible to travel over there. And we were thinking about having a booth together in Shanghai on the Shanghai Music Show in this upcoming October. But we decided we start first now in Stuttgart, and after that we decide to do bigger projects, because going to Shanghai is something which is much more expensive, and so we make this experience, the first experience of staying together on a booth in Stuttgart, and then we go from there.
That sounds amazing. Okay. Thank you so much, Harry and Jonas, for this great interview, sharing your experiences, how you met each other and started this partnership. And yeah, we're looking forward to more from you guys. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Johannes. It was great to have you as our moderator, or I just learned it's the right word is host, and yeah, to giving us the chance to have this podcast here with you. I'm looking forward to a great cooperation with Ranger Mouthpieces. Thank you.
Me too.